Okay, this is a quick explanation um, or demonstration, I guess, of creating a high school, middle school schedule for next year. I've been tasked with doing this, and this school currently has a very complex course schedule, which includes IB, a normal high school curriculum, plus the middle school. There's also thrown in a bunch of interesting things like Friday schedules and clinics and special classes like SOS and PPS. So there's a bunch of really kind of interesting things going on, and it's quite complex. What I ended up doing is creating a document that explains, if I go to it here, all the prompting involved in this, and it goes into great detail, scheduling constraints, patterns, the grid format, the bell schedule, the different classes, the different teachers, the final outputs, documentation. It's everything. Everything is literally listed in here. It took me a good day at least, potentially up to 2 days with all the modifications to come up with the prompting for the chatbots. Now, what I ended up doing is going directly towards ChatGPT, which of course could not do this task with multiple inputs and modifications on the free version. So I had to go with a paid version, which is interesting, and that is a point that I need to make here, is that ChatGPT got really close to accomplishing this task. However, as you can kind of see, it didn't give a very eloquent output in the very end, and it really struggled. Like when it gets down here in the other grade levels, they ended up having essentially a blank schedule, and it only gave me a partial schedule. And I paid for this. I paid my own money for this, so it didn't quite do it. I believe if I spent another good day, maybe day and a half, with modifying the prompting, I could probably chunk it out and get it done. However, this led me to, after a couple of days, saying, well, let me try some of the other chatbots. And so the next one I tried was Copilot. And I went ahead and did the same instructions. I have the instructions sheet are set, as you can see here, inputted, just like all the others. And it kind of did it a little bit, but it was very, the output wasn't very good. And it, after this is like I just re-prompted it, but the original prompt when I gave it with this set of instructions, it crashed out after only giving me one, and it refused to give me any other of the ones. I could probably get it to work, but I want to carry on just for a second here. I tried next Gemini, which is Google's. Same thing, same instruction set, attachment, and it kind of gave me a not very, once again, not very elaborate output. And it also almost refuses to give me more than just one grade level, just like Copilot, and kind of like ChatGPT. They're really struggling with a lot of data output. So this got me thinking. I did not check Meta, Facebook's major chatbot, nor did I do DeepSeek. However, I got to thinking, well, what's the one company that has a lot of tech backing them and is kind of pushing the envelope and going in a different direction? And I immediately thought of GROK. GROK, if you don't know what that is Elon Musk's AI bot, right? And let me see if it'll let me log in. And what I ended up finding is that it actually allows for an attachment, so I can do my prompting here, my instruction set. I could even go and give it, well, let me go ahead and grab the instructions really quick. Oops, I left a C off that. Go back to GROK, paste, put a C so I spell it correctly. Must have pasted it wrong on the last one. And to my amazement, it actually spit it out, and it did it in the first try, and it did it perfect. I could not find any errors in it. It takes a while to do, and it is, I believe, 18 pages long, but that's what it should be. It gave me in the output not only the courses and the actual grid, but it gave me an explanation of what it did, some of the modifications needed. It was amazing. And so basically, and it's free. You do have to have, I believe, either a Google or a X account or Twitter. Besides that, just like any of the other ones, Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT, it'll run it. And I didn't find any errors in it, which is interesting. Well, I did find errors in the ChatGPT one a lot. So that took a lot of massaging over the last 2 to 3 days to get that to even output something. And there were still a lot of errors and like crazy stuff, like full days where the kids had nothing scheduled at all. So it was kind of a struggle. But once again, to sum this up, X's GROK AI chatbot is really, really good. And for something very analytical, like scheduling, where there's a lot of computation and sorting going on, this is an amazing chatbot that you should definitely check out.